if you were dealing with a longer piece of activity, a project, for example, you might want another way of learning after the project is completed. And this is where I'll introduce you to a concept called the retrospect. Retrospect is something that's been tried twice now in De Beers, and it works very well in your culture. We've done a retrospect for Snap Lake in Canada. We've done a retrospect for Carip, the Carip project in De Beers Marine. A retrospect is designed to capture the knowledge of a team at the end of a piece of work, the end of a project. To start with, it's rather like an after-action review. You say, what did we set out to achieve in this project? Go back to the original terms of reference, if you like. And then you say, what did we actually achieve at the end of the day? Were we ahead of time, behind time, over budget, under budget, to specification, not to specification? What did we achieve? Then the facilitator, for these things should always be facilitated, the facilitator will go around the room asking individuals for the success factors. What worked well in the project? But more importantly, why did it work well? And most importantly, how can you repeat that success? Because what you want to come out with at the end of the day is not a history of the project, but recommendations for next time. That's what's different about a retrospect compared to a standard audit. The retrospect is looking for what do we do next time around? What's our advice? So if we were doing it here, I might say, if you were a project team and I was reviewing a retrospect here in Johannesburg, I might say, Terry, what was one of your success factors in this project? He might say, oh, the relationship with the supplier was great. It was a real success. And I would say, why? Why was it so good? Tell me about it. In fact, let's throw it open into the room. Tell me what you as a team did to build that relationship with the supplier. And when we found out what they did, we'll turn it around and say, what should the next team do to build an equally good relationship? These are great fun, these retrospects. They really are. Once you've done the successes, you go around the room again and say what didn't work so well, but more importantly, why didn't it work so well? And most importantly, how do you avoid that next time round? So even projects that were perhaps not as successful as you might have hoped, you can still draw out a tremendous amount of learning.